Hi, it's Glory, and I have done a project that I'm very excited about. My husband's grandmother passed away just about a year ago, and coming up on the anniversary, I wanted to do something nice for everyone. She was a great cook. Everybody loved Mimmie's food. Everybody had their favorite Mimmie recipe, and over the years I had collected quite a few from her, and then I asked my mother-in-law if she would bring Mimmie's recipe box home, and this is the recipe box held together with duct tape and everything, just full of all kinds of great recipes. And so what I did was I went through Mimmie's recipes and tried to find some that were, in her handwriting, that had a family member's name in the corner, that either she'd gotten from them or they liked it or whatever. And did some photocopies of some of these, and then I did a template in Pages, which is a kind of like a Word for Mac people, and I have created a cookbook called Delicious Memories of Mimmie, and I'm really excited about it. I'll just flip through just a few pages and show you. I typed up all of the recipes, but on some of the pages I actually have it in her handwriting, and then also it typed up, so it's very legible, but people can get a taste of her handwriting, and and it's got different members of the family's names on them. So I thought those would be nice, plus some pictures of Mimmie for us just to remember her by. And I'm going to take you through the process that I used to make this. The items I used were my computer, a printer, the YourStroy personal book binder by Provo Craft. I'll show you how to use that. And then I used my Cricut to cut out the designs for the cover, and some ribbon, the little folders that go with the YourStroy binder, and then also I used my Sizzix Texture Boutique just to add a little bit of texture to my cardstock. And I think they turned out great. I used a variety of different colors, and I'm just really proud of the way they turned out. So I'm going to show you what I did, and I hope you enjoy it and you get some great ideas, and you can make some memory cookbooks for family members. Okay, I've got Sure Cuts a Lot open, and I have picked this little swirly frame, and actually it wasn't quite as thick as what I wanted. It was, I'll show you, this was it normally, and because it's going to be on the front of a cookbook, if it was going to be on a card it would be perfect, but the front of a cookbook I needed it to be just a little bit heavier, so I chose my style and did shadow rounded and did it at half. So I have filled my mat with all of those, as many as I could fit on there, and then on the next page I took that same, let's go back, I took this same figure and I went to blackout, and hold on, there we go, and actually I think I did blackout rounded and got it nice and full for the background. So let's put this back to where it needs to be, and so this page is the blackout rounded, and I've got as many as I can fit on that page. And then on my last page that I'm going to be cutting is a little strip, just to add a little bit more color on the front, and I wanted it to be a little over 5 inches and about 3/4 inches wide. So I've got as many as I can fit on that page too, and that actually I should be able to get all that I need to do all my cookbooks out of one page. So I'll be setting my mat up. And the nice thing about this is I'm not having to put different papers on my mat because I've gone ahead and set up. I can use the pretty white iridescent for this strip. I'm going to be using the green iridescent for this, and then I'm going to be, because I've got 3 different colors of the books, kind of a gray, a bronze, and a cream, I'm maybe changing that top color out. So anyway, but I'll get this cut and I'll be right back with you. Okay, the other component that I needed for the front of these was a title, and because I really wanted to use this particular font, and it's just too dainty to cut out with my Cricut, at the size that it would need to be. I've gone ahead and just printed it using Pages, which is the Mac equivalent to I guess like a Word. But I love Pages. It's a great graphics program, or tabletop graphics and tabletop publishing. So anyway, so I've laid this out and I've got my different titles, and I went ahead and just put a line around the edges so I would know where to cut very easily. And I did rounded edges so that if my edges stuck out, they wouldn't have printing on them and it would be easy to cover it up. So I'm getting those printed off, and we'll be back with all the components to put the cookbooks together. Alright, what I'm going to use to bind the cookbooks with is the, so you see, it's the YourStroy photo binder. There's a YourStroy laminator, and then there's just the smaller YourStroy binder. And I just wanted the binder. I wasn't going to laminate things. I just wanted the binder. Let me pull the little cooling rack out here. And what you do is turn it on, and the light will flash until it's hot. And when it gets hot, it'll beep at you. And then you load all your paper into these great little binders that already have a glue stick in them. And let me show you real quick. You can buy these, and they come in all kinds of colors, different colors. There's also a black, silvery black that goes with it too, and you can get them in this larger size, or it's like a 5x7, or you can get them in a smaller size, which is more like a 4x6. So if you printed a bunch of 4x6 photos, you could take them all, stack them up, stick them right in there, stick them into your photo binder. It would melt the glue strip, and then you stick them here and let it cool. And when you're done, you have a bound book that's glued in. Okay? So, what I ended up using, you can certainly just cut cardstock into the sizes that you wanted. But since I had so many pages, I decided to use index cards, and you could use 4x6 or 3x5. I used the big packs of index cards. They were, I think, like 5x8, and I needed mine to be 5x6 3/4 or something like that. So when I printed my pages out, I actually, when I built my template for the cookbook, I printed just a small little line so I would know exactly where to just cut them. So I just cut off that one end. Then I was able to stack them all up nice and neat, and then you put them in your binder, line them up there, and then you use it. I haven't cut these yet, so they're sticking out the end. And it just beeps. So what you would do is you would stick this down in, you would click this button, and that would keep, when it beeps again, it would tell you that it's been in there long enough for the glue strip to melt. And you would take it out and then leave it here to cool. One other really cool thing is that if you wanted to do your own binders, you can buy the YourStroy glue strips. They come in 12-inch glue strips. And so you can just cut them at whatever length you need, and you can make, so if you want to do a mini book, you could just take cardstock, cut it, and then you would need about, I think it's about a 1/2 inch for the spine, which is how wide the glue strip is, and then like score it 1/4 inch on each side so that your book will actually open and fold. But you could do that on any kind of paper that you wanted to and fill it however you wanted to. So that's a really nice option too. Make a little brag book or whatever. So that's how to use the YourStroy, and once you take it out and it's cool, you've got your books.